All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another interview with a industry expert. Today, we have Matt here from Yardline, and we are going to learn about growth capital and how that can help brands succeed on Amazon as well as other e-commerce platforms. Matt, it's great to have you. If you can give me a little bit about your background and what it is that Yardline does for brands.
Yeah, sure. So thanks for having me. I'm head of marketing for Yardline. Yardline is a company that focuses on helping e-commerce businesses succeed. E-commerce, of course, is a huge booming area of the economy. And for me to be able to join a growing team that's focusing on helping these businesses succeed through our growth capital and the expertise that we offer was a great, exciting opportunity for me.
So, Matt, can you tell me a little bit about what growth capital actually is?
Sure. So essentially, what growth capital isn't is like not a traditional bank loan. It's something that we at Yardline offer to any e-commerce business. Essentially, the way it works is we are buying the future sales receipts of this business. In exchange for those receipts that we're buying, we give the business cash that they can use today for working capital for across a number of different uses. And then essentially over time, as those sales receipts come in, Yardline takes a fixed percentage of those until the total repayment is made. We also take a fee for that. And essentially, it's a way that businesses can use to get capital today for any number of different purposes.
When some people think of growth capital, they actually will associate it with inventory financing. Is that a fair comparison, or how does it differ?
Yeah, sure. So inventory financing is definitely one way that people would use growth capital. But one of the great benefits of our product is essentially it's unrestricted use. So it means not necessarily inventory financing, but it could be a number of different use cases like marketing, adding, investing more in ad spend. It could be expanding new product lines. It can be something that businesses use even to hire new staff. One of the benefits of this is really it's up to the business owner to use as he or she sees fit.
Do you do any type of auditing as to where they're spending this growth capital? Like, is there any type of agreement, or is it that you trust the decision makers in the organization to put it where it will be best used?
Yeah, I think it's usually more the latter. Obviously, as I said, it's unrestricted. You could even use it for your, son's college tuition, but we know that, 99 times out of 100, businesses aren't going to use that. But it's really designed to be flexible, unrestricted use. Our whole process, though, is that we see this as a partnership with the business. So when they come to us looking for growth capital, we take the time to really understand what their business does. We really get into the financials. We understand their sales forecasts and all the metrics associated with the business. And from there, we're able to decide what makes sense in terms of the right amount of capital. Our terms are flexible, so that means that repayment periods can vary. It really is designed to make it work best for the business owner. As I said, there are a number of different ways that we can go about offering this, but we really see this as a partnership between Yardline and the business as our interests are really aligned.
Awesome. When it comes to Amazon, we see firsthand it is definitely a pay to play platform now.
Sure.
Gone are the wonderful days of just throwing up a unique listing and it really taking off by itself. So, what, I guess, disadvantages do you see for companies that are still trying to bootstrap everything, versus maybe a competitor that does take that growth capital? Like, is it a huge competitive advantage?
Sure. I mean, I think where we see the most success are from businesses that really know, their business metrics, how much they're spending on COGS, what their margins are in their business. So they really good to have a good sense of what the dynamics are. And for businesses, particularly in those on Amazon, where they really just see that demand is almost unlimited for their products. And really it's, for them, it's really about just getting more inventory so they can get ahead of kind of on the busy seasons. For those, we see really it's the most successful uses of our growth capital. We have a business that really came to us. They do home furnishing business, a home furnishing business on Amazon, and one of their constraints was the price and availability of lumber would really fluctuate. And that was a concern for them because it made it hard for them to plan for busy season. So when they came to us, they were referred to us, and we worked with them to give them the right amount of capital they could use to really boost their inventory. And now that they can have more dependable inventory levels, they're looking at expanding on other marketplaces because now they've got their inventory managed well. So, for businesses like that, when they really know, okay, here's how much I'm making today, and here's the opportunity that I have to really grow, come to us. And I think that's really the win-win there.
Awesome. And it also sounds like there's the opportunity to improve margin as well if you're not having to do MOQ orders and just, that balance of what you have in your bank versus what you need, being able to do those larger orders so your per unit cost comes down.
Absolutely right. If you're able to buy in larger quantities, you've got it right exactly there. And so we're helping these businesses with additional efficiencies that they may not be able to get otherwise. We also kind of see the way that growth capital works is really aligned with the seller's interests. So the amount is really based on that we offer is amount based on their sales. So this is really right size for their business. The payback periods are pretty flexible. So basically, because we take a fixed portion of those sales, in times when you're having a really high season, we'll obviously take more, but in times when you have a low season, you don't have to worry about that fixed payment over time. It's a fixed percentage. So our interests are aligned in case there could be even an instance, hopefully not, where you might be, not selling at all in a given month, and we're not taking a repayment for that month. So really, again, those interests are really aligned. And one of the other things too that we think works really well for this type of product is we're not taking an equity investment in the business. And so essentially, the owner retains all equity. We really see ourselves as a partner in growth.
And what does Yardline look for when evaluating a brand that they may or may not work with?
Sure. So we take a look at obviously the business's sales history, how long they've been selling. We took a look at the owner's credit history and their profile, but we really focus it on the business, their opportunity to grow, how well they've done, what kind of brand presence they have, their reviews, the quality of their list. We look at a number of different things, which I think makes us different than say what a traditional bank would look at, because they really don't understand e-commerce businesses, Amazon businesses like a company like Yardline does.
Are you really only looking at brands selling on Amazon, or you're looking at brands on Etsy or some of these other marketplaces?
Sure. Yeah. Amazon is, where we have a large portion of our business, but we really look across marketplaces. So it's Amazon, Shopify, Etsy, a number of different, marketplaces. In fact, some of the businesses that we've worked in the past are already selling on Amazon, and maybe they have a D2C site or vice versa. We see growth capital as a way for these businesses to expand to other marketplaces.
Awesome. And would you ever work with a brand where they're still in, I guess, R&D? Like, let's say they want to launch on Amazon, but they need funding to get off the ground. Or is there a minimum time period that they have to be selling for?
Sure. We typically look at businesses who have been selling because that's where we're able to see the sales history in advance and really make the right decision for the business. So we generally like to see, a few months in business and some monthly sales revenue coming in play. We generally don't work with pure startups, but we really, we have just very minimum requirements established in place, really just designed so we can get a good sense of what makes sense for the business.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything else you'd like to add regarding growth capital, how brands can utilize it, or Yardline?
Well, I just want to thank Envision Horizons for being a great partner of Yardlines. I invite people to check out yardline.com to take a look and understand a bit more of what growth capital is, how it works. Again, we focus on Amazon business, but really across any marketplace. And we really see ourselves as an opportunity for successful sellers to help grow.
Amazing. And then if anyone wants to contact you directly, is it best that they go through the Yardline website?
Yeah, sure. Anything, happy to Matt at yardline.com or yardline.com. We'd be happy to take any inquiries or answer any questions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Laura.